You don't need a smoke launcher. You can borrow my neighbors. Just pay for their cigs. Cough, cough, cough. Are they chimney smokers? Or chimney smokers? Did I just say chimney smokers? Chain smokers. Low baby food? Oh. Gas operation. Perfect. And I think we need to focus on this. Once you're done making that, when you're dangerously low in baby food, that's not good. Unroofed? Wait. Whoops. I'm surprised this shit's not a... There we go. It's only been like that the entire campaign. Alright, so knitted. So what is knitted going to be doing? Knitted, you don't need to do mining anymore. So you can help with research, not that you will be able to. Guess we can start doing floors. Oh shit! The thing hit it. Crazy. Oh well, that's not too bad. My smoky neighbors showed me some water damage in their place. They weren't smoking at the time, but everything in this place smelled like smoke. Furniture, walls. Yeah, it sticks to everything. Yeah, I used to, our company never accepted, checks over the phone for, or like credit card over the phone, or mailed in checks, for like prescriptions or anything that were for elderly. So they'd have to hire other companies to like deliver stuff for them. And so this one lady called me and she was like asking me if there's anything I could do, and I'm like, no. And she's like, I live so close. I'm like, well, tell you what, I live really close. I'm off in 2 hours. If you don't mind waiting, when I'm off, I'll grab the stuff you need. If you've got cash, I'll just stop by and give you the goods. And she's like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because she was like 95 or something. So I pick up all the stuff she wants, head over to her place. It's on my way to my house anyway, so it's not a big deal. And it smelled like... It was a small place, too. It was like a very condensed smoke smell, like just so much. And it, like, she obviously doesn't move. She just chain smokes inside of her place. But then it smelled like a Depends diaper hadn't been changed in like 10 days. And it was one of the worst smelling things. Obviously, she has no visitors, has no people to talk to. So she wanted me to stay, and I wanted to vomit. And then she took her sweet ass time finding her money. Like, I think she's trying to draw out the conversation. And yeah, oh god, it was so bad. It makes my eyes hurt right now thinking about it. It was so nasty. It like burnt my nostrils. I was expecting she couldn't wait and she passed away, yeah. It wasn't like stuff like that. It was like, it was just like, it was nothing crazy important. Because it got to the point where she'd call me and be like, hey, what time are you off today? And I'm like, 9 o'clock. Do you think you can drive? I'm not making this up. Do you think he can bring me a box of Smarties? I was like, I'm going to my friends afterwards. I won't be able to stop by. Sorry. Come on, take out one of these guys. Very lonely, yeah. Very lonely. But, like, and honestly, I would have totally stayed if it wasn't for just how awful it smelled. It smelled so bad. It's actually giving me, like flashbacks. It was so gross. Ugh. Hey Haru, how are you doing today? We'll get these going. So I don't want to use too many. We have a bunch of people who are good at research. That's construction. Okay, I'm okay. Just caught the tail end of that. My sympathies to you. Thank you very much. I'm still healing, apparently. I thought it was past me, but looks like it's not. But yeah, it's funny because like I ended up doing that. I felt bad for her, so I still would drop off stuff for I would drop off stuff for her every like 2 weeks, just to limit how much, like little things, and just it was really bad smelling. And then I ended up doing it for 2 other elderly ladies. They all lived like it was really weird. They all lived 2 of them lived really close to each other, and one lived about like 4 blocks away. It was kind of like in my walk home. So yeah, every 2 weeks I drop stuff off. No. One wasn't too bad. It kind of like smelled just like you know when you walk into like an old apartment, it's like almost like the old carpet or the old like I don't know what it is. And so it was fine. And she was actually really funny. So her and I would talk a little bit with her. And then the other one didn't speak the greatest English. So it was kind of like it was pretty much in and out. But she was pretty nice too. She had a fucked up situation though. Her, because she could move pretty well, but it was like a lot of effort for her. It took her a long time, and so it was just easier for me to pick stuff up. And they'd usually like, sometimes give me gifts or stuff like that. and I worked in a skilled care facility, so oh yeah, you know what you mean. And so her building manager, because she asked me, she's like, it was weird. Like she didn't trust me at first, even though like she'd like let me come into her own home, but and like drop off her goods. But something was like weirding her out. And so one day, no tip. Sometimes they gave me some stuff. Sometimes they give me some decent amount. But it was like on my way. It literally it would add maybe like 10 minutes. Like sometimes while I was working, I would just like dump a bunch of stuff in a basket, go through the till, and it was just easy. Like I was already there. On my way home, added like no real hassle or anything like that. And box trader. And so what ended up happening was her building manager was stealing from her. So when she would leave her home for whatever reason, the family picked her up, he was sneaking into her place because he had a key and stealing her jewelry. And so she actually came to our store one day, and I was like, "Oh, like you came? Like, how's it going? Like, you doing all right?" And she's like, "Yeah, I just wanted to like talk to like people in your electronics department." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Like, come here. I'll show you." And I'm like, "What's happening?" She's like, "Well, don't tell anyone, but I think someone's breaking in and stealing." And I was like, "Oh," and she's like, "So I told my family, and they suggested I get cameras." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, that might be a good idea. Like, you probably want someone to install them for you." So the department helped her out. They went and installed it for her for free. And yeah, fucking bastard. Her building manager was stealing jewelry. So whenever she would leave, he would be all nice to her and say goodbye, and then he would use the key that he had, I guess, an extra key. Who knows? Like, obviously, I'm not privy to the information, but if he's doing it to her, he was probably doing it to a bunch of people in the building. Secretly had keys. Or I guess you kind of have to have the extra keys. So, I'm like, she thought you was you. I don't. She might have at one point, but obviously I kept doing deliveries for her. So I think she was just cautious of like maybe not necessarily thinking it was me, but more just being less trustworthy of other people because obviously someone's stealing from her. And the sad thing is because she was quite elderly, she was questioning if it was herself losing stuff. Like I could have sworn I put this here, so she was like that's why I think when she told her family, they were like, yeah, you're getting older, but you're not losing it. So did he get in trouble? As far as I know, he got fired. Yeah, I believe he got fired in the company that. So I think what happened was he was the building manager, and then there was like an owner, I guess, and then the owner ended up hiring a like company to do the building management rather than having an individual. So yeah, he got fired. I don't know if he probably went to jail or maybe got fined. I have no idea. Um, but yeah, she was super thankful. But yeah, what an asshole. And it was like really like she said some of the stuff that she had was like old. Yeah. How did he get? So with our electronics, did she? No, she didn't get any of them back. I think he sold them. Yeah, some of it was like meaningful jewelry too. So what ended up happening was, yeah, she was no techie, but the camera that they installed put everything on like a disc or something like that, and something really easy to access. And then part of the package for doing